rescuing homeless teens from sex traffickers. That is the mission of activists who want to help them get off the streets. Good evening, everyone. That mission starts with dropping what is called a love bomb on one of Cincinnati's hotbeds for prostitution. It was a demonstration of love aimed at convincing homeless teens to come in from the streets and get some help. Local 12's Larry Davis joins us live from the McMicken Avenue corridor to show us the message they're trying to send. Larry?
Hi, Rob. Well, day or night, you can find prostitutes of all sexual preferences walking the sidewalks here along McMicken Avenue. Right now, things are pretty quiet. But there were messages left today for those who walk the streets who are teenagers, homeless teens. Among them, you are a daughter of our city. Your heart and body may be broken and bruised, but we pray that you find hope and healing. Now, it remains to be seen whether messages like this actually get through. The love bomb targeted this playground along the McMicken corridor, a hotbed for prostitution. Supporters left various messages of love, hoping to catch the attention of homeless youth who are bought and sold for sex.
We hope it's just a little eye-opener that's not, after a while you can see those graphic messages of don't smoke and don't do this, and you become desensitized. We want to try to take a different approach. Try the heart approach, the love approach, and see if that has a bigger impact.
John Kiefer is with the Lighthouse Shakely Center for Youth, which provides services to homeless teens and runaways. He says the goal is to convince those on the streets that there is help.
And many of these young people get into this because they don't understand love. Their concept of love is warped and it's wrong. And those who prey on that use that as a way to victimize them.
But being young and homeless is not all about sex for money.
When someone who's living on the streets, who's making their living by selling themselves, prostituting, typically they're doing it, we find out, for drugs.
Roughly 1 out of every 4 homeless teens are members of the lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgender, queer community. They are on the streets after being kicked out of their homes.
They use sex in order to survive. It could be just to get something to eat. It could be to get clothing. It could be just to, survive.
Cincinnati Police Officer Angela Vance is the department's liaison with the LGBTQ community. Earlier this week, a transgender woman was shot in Walnut Hills. Police have been working to spread the word that the streets can be dangerous.
We were out last night till 1 o'clock in the morning with the Lighthouse outreach team, trying to get the word out to the women who are involved in sex traffic to stay alive, that we're here and we're trying to get them help. They have to get off the streets so this doesn't happen again.
And Rob, Officer Vance also says it's tough to get some of these kids off the streets and out of the sex trade because they simply need money. And it's also tough to find the trafficker because a lot of the victims just won't talk to police about the situation. They say the best way to get the message through is by messages like these, and they hope it works. Live in Mohawk, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Rob, back to you.
Larry, is there any indication it's worked so far?
Well, they just started the effort today, but they hope. As a matter of fact, we were sitting here in our live truck here and noticed a couple people walking by looking at these messages. So they're looking. Whether it goes through all the way remains to be seen.
All right, Larry, thanks very much. Cincinnati police today released the results of a 3-week prostitution enforcement blitz along the McMicken corridor. The Vice Unit arrested 42 people, 15 men who were charged with soliciting.